Good morning, good afternoon, hello. This is an introduction to the Longman Dictionary of American English, as it were. I have to say that we've had these dictionaries for a couple of years now, and apparently my kids have been familiar with them. They've been working with them in class, and I have had access to them. But whenever I was first given this dictionary to look in, I opened up to this page, and I kind of flipped around and I was like, are you kidding me? Seriously? We're in high school. And I was embarrassed, and I closed the book, and for 2 years I didn't use it. I was like, moose, muzzle, webbed feet, butterfly. We are in 11th grade, and no, I do not want to use it. And then last semester, in one of our classes, we had to do these exercises. And as my kids were working through a couple of exercises, which were quite beneficial, I was flipping through the dictionary, and I found all kinds of stuff, and I got all excited. And I said to my kids, "Oh my goodness, you guys look what this book has." If you flip over a few pages past these pictures of people taking a bike, parachuting, swimming. If you flip from pinch, that's what pinching looks like. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop mocking the pictures. If you flip past that and you go over to A26, it has capitalization rules. Which I realize, some people are like, oh, I know how to capitalize. Well, good for you. But every once in a while, some of us lesser humans forget the capitalization rules, and we need to be reminded of when we ought to capitalize certain words. And especially on the STAR test, when they ask us, whether or not, on like one of those questions, there was a Superintendent Allen or something like that. Well, here it tells you titles and ranks used with people's names need to be capitalized. Well, if I didn't capitalize superintendent, but Allen was capitalized, it would indicate here that I need to capitalize superintendent. So, and here's an example too, Professor Jones. So if that P was lowercase, then maybe I wouldn't capitalize superintendent. But because there's an example here where the P is capitalized and Jones is capitalized and Colonel is capitalized and Bedell is capitalized, I feel like, maybe I should go ahead and capitalize superintendent. And I know that superintendent is a rank. That's the lead of a school, several schools. Then I should capitalize that. And if I didn't know what a superintendent was, well, I have a dictionary in front of me. So I can go ahead and look up superintendent separately, and it would tell me that it's lowercase. But again, I can look at it on this page, and it tells me when put with a name, I should capitalize it. On this same page, it gives me punctuation rules. Let's see. I have how to use a period in different situations. I have question mark, exclamation points. My favorite is comma rules, coordinating conjunction and comma rules. So when I have two independent clauses that I have to join together, this is if I have, I ran, comma, and I tripped. Up here on the top of the following page, I have my introductory clause. It actually gives me an example. Same thing with the bottom of the other page. It tells me that if I have a phrase or a clause that introduces a sentence, I'm going to have a comma after it. And then it gives me examples. The chips are lower in fat, period. However, comma, they do not taste as good. If a however starts a sentence, I need a comma. But then the same thing, in the next 6 weeks, comma, we will be reading 2 important American novels. I need a comma right there, right? Sometimes I don't remember where I need commas. This book actually tells me where I need the comma. So when I'm answering all those editing questions on the test, I can actually just open up to page A27 of this book. Yep, I have this book right there with me. And look at examples of where those commas are. And the best part is I can actually put little post-it notes in this book that say, you know, dependent, independent, or I can just write introductory clause right there so that I know how to get back to this, right? I have possessive, like here's my apostrophes, how to use the apostrophe, whether I'm just joining two words or if I'm trying to show that something's a possessive, if it's Andy's car versus representing that I've taken a word, taken a letter out, right? Remember, this is he will, he'll, he will. And then at the bottom, this is actually something that I go over with my kids in conjunction with some lessons, and we'll do this. I'll create a lesson where we go over some of our editing sections with this dictionary. But I want you to see this. Down at the bottom, you have colon rules, parentheses rules, and dash rules. This dash rule down here, the Hoover Dam, this dash rule right here to set extra information off from the rest of the sentence, this applies to parentheses and commas. They can't put all the comma rules that they have. I mean, we don't have 15 pages for comma rules, and if we did, you wouldn't read them. And it would be too much for you to flip through during your test. I mean, it would be way too much. But look at this. You could go, you could apply the same rule to commas. The Hoover Dam, comma, sometimes also known as Boulder Dam, comma, is still one of the largest dams in the world. This, sometimes also known as Boulder Dam, can be taken out of the sentence, right? Hoover Dam is still one of the largest dams in the world. Think about the fact that anytime you can take out a part of the sentence and the rest of the sentence will make sense by itself, you can set off the part that, I'm so sorry, that didn't make any sense. Anytime you can take a part out, the part that you can take out should be set off before and after with either a dash on both sides, a comma on both sides, or parentheses on both sides. Most often it'll be a dash or commas, okay? But if you have a dash on one side or a comma on one side, you have to have the same on the other, all right? But that's only if it's in the middle of a sentence. If it's at the end of a sentence, well then the thing on the other side will be a period, okay? Or it'll be the capital letter at the beginning of the sentence, all right? And there's lots more in here. I just wanted to show you kind of the fun stuff at the middle of the book, but I'll show you pink boxes. You know, there's also these, let's see, I'll show you the that and which box. There are these pink boxes that are helpful throughout, and then there's of course just fun information. There's examples at the end of every entry, so like whenever you look up a word, they actually give you these great sentences so you know how to use the word, okay? We're going to use the mess out of this dictionary, all right? Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.